Hi YouTube and welcome back to my Let's Play Aion on Mondays. Alright, so first of all I want to apologize for not posting this last week. I had started recording this video, or actually started doing the voiceover for this video, and I had an interruption and I've been having some technical problems and I just didn't get around to finishing it, and I just said, I'll just wait till next week. Anywho, so this episode we are going to do the Black Claw Outpost quest chains. So I'm doing all of them all at once. In fact, I'm actually doing all of the group ones as well as any of the solo ones in here. So I'm actually high enough level that I can actually do it. And the first quest here, basically, you transform into a Mao, and you have to do some scouting in the Black Claw Outpost. And then this is the only quest you can do where you can run through the entire compound and not get hurt. They think you are a Mao. You're perfectly disguised for the duration of about 5 minutes. You can see the timer ticking down in the upper right-hand corner. So now I'm just kind of running around, and I know exactly where I need to go. I have to go to where their big giant totem thingamabob is. I'm just kind of looking for it. There it is, way up there. And I have to get up there, and once I get to a certain proximity to it, then I can go ahead and I should get a message any moment here. Yep, there we go. Examination complete. I can go back. So, and I have less than 4 minutes to do that, so I better just kind of keep going. And here I tried to float down, and it's like, oh, apparently I don't get wings while I'm disguised, which, you know, makes perfect sense. So I actually took a little damage from that jump there. I'm just so used to you know, getting my wings out and floating. I mean, I can't fly in this area, but you can always you know, spread your wings and just kind of glide downhill and stuff, which is kind of cool. So, anywho, I can't do that as long as I'm disguised. And here my disguise goes away once you get to this point, and you're able to fly again. So here I go. Yay! Now I can float. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Wait, the Mao left nearby.
Alright, so turning that in, and then I can go back and I can do all the rest of the quests. Because you can't do anything as long as you're disguised, because you can't attack or anything like that. So, anywho. Alright, got that done. Now we're heading in. And this is a bit of a long episode, I'll admit, but it's mainly because I am doing every single Black Claw Outpost quest that there happens to be, that I happen to have on my list, so that then I will be completely done, just about, with everything in this area. I think actually there's one thing I have over in Pachisium still to do after this, and then I am done with the Altgard Fortress region entirely, or whatever this region's called. I mean, I'm sure it has its own name, but I tend to identify it with the main outpost that you spend time in. So then we go back next week to, well, maybe not next week, but next episode, to Pandemonium, and run around and do a bunch of quests there, and then from there we go on to the next region. So that's kind of the plan there. So right now I'm taking out these I have to take out these stalkers, and unfortunately I'm going to aggro the warrior as well, even though the warrior does me no good whatsoever, but I do have to take out the stalker. That's one of my objectives. Oh, and it's blinking at me to add the Mana Stone bundle quest. I don't even know why I picked up that quest, because I never complete them. I almost always sell whatever Mana Stones I don't need anyway, so I should just drop that quest at some point. But yeah, you can see here, ouch, I didn't pay attention to my health until the last second, and I'm like, oops. Okay, that was a mistake. So there you go, you get to see me die. I mean, I think it's like the first time that this character has died so far, so whoops. And on my way back to the outpost, I realized that I hadn't finished the mermaid quest. She wanted to get some crimer to eat, so I'm like, okay, since I happen to be in the area and I happen to see some crimer, I'm gonna pick those up. I think I need 3 of them. No, sorry, I need 9 of them, but you get like 3 or 4 of them from each gathering. So I just need to gather a bunch of them, and then deliver them off to the mermaid who's waiting for them in this general region, and go from there. Do. So anyway, but I just wanted to. I usually don't include my gathering while I'm in my videos, but since this gathering happens to be related to a quest, I was like, all right, I'll include it because it is quest related. And these videos are meant to be somewhat of a walkthrough of the game. So, anywho, just keep going here. We're already at level 23 and working our way up to level 24. I forget if it's 24 or 25 where, I think it's level 25, where there's a couple of things that I wanted to be able to do that I couldn't with my abilities and stuff. I forget what they are at the moment, but anywho, I think, oh yes, that's it, the Aether Cannon, I think, is the thing I wanted. I think I have it sitting in my warehouse right now, because I do want to keep my bags or my cubes filled, my inventory filled with stuff that I can't use right now. I also probably need to get some more training and stuff, so I probably won't include some of that footage, but I will be adding some additional training, which means I'll probably be updating or adding additional abilities and stuff, and so you'll probably see some changes to that effect within the next episode or 2. But since we're going back to Pandemonium next week, or next episode, we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and make sure that she's trained up and all that fancy stuff, so that she has everything that she needs to be prepared for the next region once she gets past Pandemonium. Pandemonium stuff is, you know, almost anyone can do those. I believe there's no danger. There's no, you're not fighting anyone or anything within the confines of Pandemonium. But once you get into some of the next regions and things, and you know, I'm still haven't seen any Ilios PvP folks coming through here yet, because as you get into the higher and higher regions, I think there's a higher likelihood of the opposite faction breaking through and coming into the region, and potentially ganking your characters and stuff. So hopefully I'll be that's another reason why I'm trying to do all of the quests. You know, one, this is a walkthrough and I want to make sure I include everything. So here's the mermaid, by the way, that we're dropping things off to.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
But not only do I want to include everything, but at the same time, on the fast track server, I want to be over leveled in a lot of areas.
Beautiful day, isn't
just
it?
So that I don't die quite so easily. Okay, so there we go. Porto.
Be careful.
She wants some Porto, and that's one thing, is I don't have the level, essence snapping level to gather that, so that's going to have to wait, and I may or may not end up dropping that. Okay, so we are now back at the Black Claw Outpost. I didn't want my run all the way back here because it took like 10 minutes, so don't need to include that footage. Okay, so here we got some more stalkers to pick off and things. And, you know, these guys actually, like, you know, they you know, especially if I'm encountering more than one at the same time, they can lay some decent hurt on me. But if I'm doing them one at a time, as you can see here, I was doing just fine and things, so that worked out pretty well. That was fine. So I just need to get some more of these guys. Yep, and I need seekers, I need bodyguards, I need scratchers for one of them. spell shifters for another, warlocks for another, and there's stalkers and another kind for yet a different quest that you can't see it on the list because you have to scroll down to show it. And yep, I just got the last. Okay, so I don't need stalkers anymore. But yeah, that's the thing. Is a lot of these, as you can see here, are group quests. And so that's one of the reasons why they're more difficult for me solo. I mean, I am over leveled for this area, and so I can handle it solo. If I was doing this at like level 20, I'd probably be dead 9 times out of 10. There we go. I got a spell shifter again. So yeah, it's a tricky one to do if you're not over leveled or in a group. And to be perfectly honest, I prefer playing solo. I always have. And so I always have to wait to do group quests until I'm high enough level that I can solo them without a problem. And it's another reason why I kept the Black Claw Outpost as the last area to quest in, because I knew, I remember that there were all these group quests in here, and I knew that if I wasn't high enough level, I wouldn't be able to do them alone, and I didn't want to have to try and wrestle up a group of people to play with. My biggest issue with playing with a group of people is that everyone kind of has their own idea of what they want to do, where they want to go, what targets they want to target first, that kind of thing, and I'm like, well, you know, what if I want to do something? I don't know, I hate being pushy about doing things my way, but at the same time, I hate doing things other people's way too, so it's just better if I do it by myself. And it's just, when it comes to gaming, I don't work well with groups. It's one of the reasons I don't raid or do dungeons very often, other than like what I've been doing in my World of Warcraft episodes, where I'm soloing lower level dungeons. And you know, I'm level 90 and I can go through, you know, right now I'm actually going through some level 70 raids right now from Wrath of the Lich King. Oh, actually those are level 80, aren't they? Yeah, sorry. Level 80 raids. And then with Cataclysm, they would be level 85 at the highest level and things. So I don't know if I can do the raids, but I'll definitely be able to do the 5-man dungeons for those. But for those of you who are not interested in World of Warcraft, back to Aion. And let's see. So we're getting scratchers now. There's just, you know, this is just kind of a long slog kind of a thing. It's like, it takes a while to get through. And, you know, obviously you can see that I've edited out quite a bit of footage here and there and stuff. And I think this entire region took me about an hour and a half to actually do, with all the running around and sitting down, healing myself, that kind of thing. And so it definitely takes some time to get through everything. But once you get through it, then you're done. Alright, got that done. Still haven't found any seekers, huh? Alright, so we need to find some seekers. Yeah, you can see here, it's like, I better get some of these scrolls going again. Get some healing going, and then take out these scratchers. And these always these patrols with their Tegas and things as well. It's like, oh, great. At least they turned around so I didn't have to worry about it. But at first I was like, uh-oh, gotta watch out for them. But they do tend to pose a bit of a problem every now and again. I have to kind of deal with them, but anywho, so here I've got a couple of bodyguards, and I thought I could pick them off one at a time, but nope, no such luck. And these guys are tough, especially if I have to deal with two of them. Thankfully I've got my shield up. I've got a shield spell that I can use. They stun me. Nice job, guys. But you know, I'm paying better attention to my health this time around, so I'm not as likely to die as I did that first time. I was like, whoops, I'm just not paying attention. You know, that's the one thing is if you're gonna go into an area and solo group quests, pay attention to your health. Otherwise, you're gonna be running back from the graveyard quite a lot. Because that's the one thing in this game is when you die, you either wait. I forget how long it is you can you have to wait, and then people in the immediate region, other players can come and help revive you, whether they're in your group or not. Otherwise, you can revive yourself instantly, and then you reappear at your basically your hearth point. There's an obelisk that you bind yourself to, so you appear there, and then you can get what's called soul healing. So basically, you don't take any damage on your equipment and weapons like you would in World of Warcraft. So you don't. There are no vendors for getting repaired. Instead, you suffer soul damage, and you basically have to pay this person, I forget what their title is, to do a soul healing. I guess they're soul healers, aren't they? And you can see here I did not do that the last time I died. You can see that there's a little bit of my experience that's darkened out at the very end of it. And that's the soul healing stuff. So, you know, if I don't get that healed, then I have to wait until I hit the light part again before I actually level to the next level. And then if you keep dying and not getting yourself repaired, you know, that dark area is just going to get wider and wider and wider, and it'll take you longer and longer to level up. And if you just notice some of that static in the game, I don't know if my graphics card really is starting to die on me or not, but I had all sorts of game glitches, display glitches in the game this time around, and I haven't seen that before, so I am thinking that it's probably getting close to time to replace my graphics card. Oh yay, but I'll try and get as much life out of the sucker as I can for now, but I just have to be prepared that I might need to buy a new one soon. But in the meantime, alright, so now we've got these warlocks. I finally figured out where they were hiding in this thing. That's one thing is when I first pick up a whole bunch of quests and you just get all these blue bubbles on the map in terms of where things are, and they're just kind of all grouped together. And I tend to like to pick off one at a time, one type at a time. That way I can then mouse over things and those bubbles slowly but surely go away, and you can pinpoint things better. Okay. And my bag was full, so I was like, oh well, I don't need those things anyway. Oh yes, and I finally found the secrets as well. And this is my last secret. And I already have all of the bodyguards and the scratchers, and see this display thing? That's not supposed to happen. And all of this stuff too. I mean, it actually looks kind of cool, but you know, it just wasn't supposed to happen. Alright, here we got our warlock. So we're slowly but surely getting through a lot of this stuff. And yep, here we go again. It's quite the light show. But yeah, that was definitely a display issue right there. But the game plays fine. There's another one. I don't know if you noticed that weird plane or hill, pointy hill on the side there. That's also not supposed to be there. So it's definitely, I'm strongly thinking it's gotta be my graphics card again. So I might need to go graphics card shopping pretty soon. I have the AMD. I always forget if AMD does the Radeons or the GE Forces. I really do, because I know one's NVIDIA, one's AMD. So I always get those two mixed up. But I've got the AMD 7870 card right now with 2 gigabytes of RAM for that. And I keep looking at some of the new cards and things, and the ones that are, you know, the equivalent to what I have now, you know, very similar specs to what I have now, you know, are relatively affordable, like 150 bucks, that kind of thing. If I want an upgrade, I'm easily looking at 500 bucks. I'm like, why don't I want to spend that much money? So we'll see what I end up deciding to do. Because I'd really much rather get an upgrade than just get something equivalent to what I have now. Just, you know, on the principle thing. Anyhow, so this is one of the last quests I have to do in the Black Claw Outpost here is to kill Zumuro's totems. You need to destroy 3 of them. That's the first of them. And I could have been taking them out on the way up, but I didn't know what I was looking for, to be perfectly honest. And it wasn't until I cleared out all my bubbles a little bit that I could pinpoint where these things are located. And then, you know, once I identified the first one, it's like, okay, now I know what I'm looking for, and I can go from there. But it took me until now to kind of clear things out, to make sure that I'm actually targeting the right thing. And it doesn't help the fact that, you know, it's a target that I have to attack and destroy, but it doesn't have like a name over it like the actual living things do, like this Moo Look over here. It actually says Moo Look over the top of his head, but the totems don't have that. So I'm like, you know, where are these? Like once you mouse over it, then it has your name over it. But until you mouse over it, it doesn't have a name. And so it's like, you know, what's the totem? I kept looking for that name over the top of something that looked totemish. And so I think that's one important thing in the game. It's like, you know, because I do like in World of Warcraft that they highlight things, objects that you need to be interacting with for quests. Either in the current version, things that you interact with, they sparkle. But they got rid of that with the, because I've been doing the beta. Instead of sparkling, they kind of have a glowy outline now instead. Which I think works just as well. And it's actually like, it's a consistent thing now. So if your target is an enemy, they glow red. If your target is a friend, they glow green. And then if it's just an object in the world that you need to be interacting with in some way, it kind of has an off-whitish glow around the edges. And so that's kind of a nice consistency with that. Alright, so got the totem, last totem. And so now we're heading back to, I think, yeah, the lighthouse right now, or the observatory, because that just happens to be our current point. And we'll go ahead and fly back to Altgard, and doing a bunch of turn-ins for quests and things. And then we need to go to Umkata for the last quest. So we're done with Black Claw Outpost for the most part. I just have to do a bunch of turn-ins and stuff. And actually there's one more Mao I have to kill, which you'll see in a moment. And then we go to Umkata, and then we're done. So sorry if this is, you know, such a long video, but if those of you are still watching, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who watches my videos past the first third, because I think most people only watch about the first third of my videos. But I appreciate people who actually watch the whole things, especially when they're long ones. So if you're still watching, thank you very much. Anywho, so here we are, just turning in some of these quests and things.
Report.
So we've got that done. And then picking up something else. Oh yeah, and this one is taking me, I think, back to Pandemonium. Like I said, I'm going to have a bunch of stuff there with the next episode where I have to deal with Pandemonium, which is the capital city of the Asmodeans. And let's see if I can remember. The Ilios capital is Sanctum. In my last scout video, I was struggling to try and remember that. Okay, so here we are with that. Now we gotta go back over to Mahindle Swamp real quick. Oh, well, turn this in and then go to Mahindle Swamp because some of the turn-ins are over there.
Yes, speak up.
Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty, so now that we've got that turned in, now we go back to the swamp. And we've got a couple more turn-ins over there. You know, and for those of you who are watching all the way through the end of this, you know, I've asked this before, and most of the time when I ask this, people say, yeah, go ahead and include it, is like, you know, all of my quest turn-ins and that kind of thing, rather than just, you know, including all of the action, and that's it. And so far everyone has said, no, go ahead and keep all the quest turn-ins in as well, just kind of for consistency and nothing else. And so it's another reason why this video is a bit longer than I would normally like it to be, just because of it just takes time to do all that. And then I had one more thing here where I said I had to kill one of the other Mao, and there's one of them that isn't in the outpost. He wanders around here. So I'm like, okay, or he or she, I can't tell. I think most of these Maos are she's actually, from the way they look, but I could be wrong. Anywho, so we've got this shaman that we had to take care of, and I've forgotten about that, so just take Shaman Gabacha out, because otherwise the other one, because it's either kill Shaman Gabacha or this other one. The other one's kind of deep into the outpost, and I really didn't want to have to go back into the outpost again, so I was like, okay, screw that. I'm just gonna go here and do this. And if you're hearing jingles in the background, that's my dog. She likes to fluff herself up frequently, and along with that comes the jingles, so she's quite the fluffy dog. And she likes to keep herself fluffed. I don't know why, but she does.
Make it quick.
Alright, so we got that done, and we got a choice here of some new... Well, they're not all that great though, because what I've got on now is actually better, but anywho. Alright, so we got that taken care of. Now we just have to go back to Umkata. And there's another turn-in over here. You can see there's more graphic display issues going on over here. Like these what look like bars or something, or bridges going across, are not supposed to be there. That doesn't exist in the game. It kind of works, but it's like, it still looks kind of odd. And these lines right here are definitely wrong. And then there's another thing, kind of almost looks like a barricade. There we go, it's going away, but there's still some lines there. So yeah, definitely having some graphics display issues now. And I seriously think it's got to be my graphics card, and not the game, because the game's been playing just fine and displaying just fine all this time. So I can only assume that it's my card that's causing the problem. Okay, so then he's got something for me. Well, that's the jerkin's actually an upgrade. So and you can see you don't see me putting it on, but you can actually see I'm wearing a different top now. So okay, so now we're going back to Umkata with our shiny new top. And then we'll just take out this last quest. So I don't know if you remembered that I had to gather a bunch of things called from Umkata. So I had to get Umkata's bones, earrings, and weapon, and then I have to use those things to entice Umkata's ghost and destroy the ghost, because the ghost is one of the last things that's getting in the way of the Asmodeans completing the Umkata construction. Okay, so someone else was killing the ghost as I was approaching, so I had to actually wait until that was over with, and then I could do my own. Okay, so there we go. Umkata the Restless, who's apparently an easy target. His name is all gray, so that means he's He's like 0 threat to me. And almost 0 XP as well. Okay, so we got him turned in. So now we go upstairs, or fly upstairs anyway, up here to turn that in. And then we just basically head to Pandemonium and things. So we're just about done with this region of Asmodee.
Make it quick. We're behind schedule.
Alrighty, so there we go. And the quests here that you see, they're both, and I'm checking them, they're repeat quests that I've already done at least twice, if not more. So I'm like, okay, I'm done with those. I don't need to do those anymore. Alright, so we're going to have to fly back to the fortress, and then we can transport to Pandemonium. So, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for watching all the way through here. If you're watching, thank you. If you enjoy these videos, please give them a thumbs up and please share them with the world. It helps me get more views, and I appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I appreciate everyone who subscribes to my videos. And yep, there we go. We are now we just left Umkata Fortress and are now in Pandemonium. And this is where we will take start our questing with the next episode. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.